Hey, we are on our way to the end of the fourth quarter. So today we're going to be working with our fingerprints. Fingerprints are something that each one of us has individually. God has given each one of us a set of fingerprints that no one else has. So that makes our fingerprints pretty important. So today what we're going to do is use Crayola markers or whatever ones that you have, as long as they're water-based, because you don't want them to stain your fingers forever. And we're going to go ahead and put some water-based marker on our fingertips, not our hands or anything else, just our fingertips. And then we're going to go ahead and mark the paper with our fingertips to put some stain on it. If you want to use watercolor, you can do that too. But this is probably easier and cleaner. So we're going to make flowers today, and the reason we're going to be doing flowers is because Sunday is Mother's Day, and maybe you weren't able to get out and get your mom or whoever a card. So if you want to make a card, you can go ahead and take your paper, which you would normally use for your project, but instead fold it in half so that you have created a card. So when you do that, you're going to go ahead and match the two edges on both sides. And then, while you're holding it still so it doesn't move, you're going to go ahead and press to make a fold. And I need my table to do that. So I will go ahead and make that fold because I'm going to make mine a card. Now, the first thing I want you to do is consider what flowers you want to do. Now, on your post are 4 different photographs of pictures that I pulled offline. They are very simple flowers. They're not very realistic. They're flat. And so like the petals aren't all curved like I've shown you before with real flowers. These are pretty easy. And you can use any one of these or make up your own. And what I'd like you to do is make some shadows, make some blends. So with this one, what I did was I used a fingerprint of yellow, and then on top of that, a fingerprint of orange. Don't worry about the black until later, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and make another card and show you how to do it. Now my daisy card, I think I'll go ahead and make a yellow center. So I have my yellow, and I'm going to go ahead and put it on my finger, just like this. And then I'm going to go ahead and take my card, and I'm going to stamp it right on my card. See? That's going to be the center of one yellow. Now, when we do any kind of projects, you always want to do them in odd numbers because they are more pleasant to look at. So I'm going to go ahead and do 3 for this one. And then if you wanted to add some others, you can. So for right now, though, I'm just going to do 3. And then I'm going to do my petals in pink. So this is kind of it's called Wild Orchid. And so I guess it's going to turn out to be purple maybe. So I'm doing the same thing on my finger, and I'm going to stamp my finger where I want the petals to be. Sometimes you can get 2 out of it. Sometimes you can't. See how it's starting to look like a daisy? I want it to do that. Now I'm going to take another pink because I happen to have 2. I'm going to take this neon color pink. I'm going to put it on a different finger because I don't want them to blend a whole lot. And then I'm going to stamp at the bottom of it so it looks like the inside of the petal is darker than the outside of the petal. Oops. See that? And you can always add to it if you don't like it. Like that one in the middle, it's kind of needs some more pink. So I added more pink. There you go. And then we're going to do, after you do all your flowers, because I'm not going to do that because I don't want to be on here for 10 minutes. You're going to take your green on another finger, because if you mix it on a pink finger, it's going to turn into that yucky brown. We don't want to mix color. And then, wherever you think you might want a leaf, go ahead and put a leaf. And then if you go down, just zigzag down, where you might want to have a stem, just so you have some green on there. And you can roll your finger when you have some color on it. And if you roll it like this, you get a bigger shape. Okay? Now, after you're done with all your flowers, and I am not, but after you are, then you're going to take a thin marker. You can either use a thin Sharpie, but even a thin black gel pen will work fine. And you can go ahead and, what you're going to do next is look at these pictures or whatever it is that's in your mind that you want to do, and you're going to go ahead and simply draw the flower. And it doesn't have to exactly trace the lines that you did from your petals. It doesn't have to be perfect. I'm just making little circles on my yellow because that's what I want. I don't want straight lines. There's one flower. And then from the flower, you're going to go ahead and go down and skip behind the leaf and just kind of zigzag to the bottom of your paper. And then wherever your leaves are, you can go ahead and simply outline them so it completes your picture. Now again, nothing has to be perfect. Well, it's really hard to color this way, to draw this way. There. So nothing has to be perfect, but yeah, it comes out really pretty because you have these really beautiful colors that you've used. And again, here's an example of one from online, and you have access to this. So you have this, and then you have this other one that I did before I started, where you can blend colors. Now, as I'm looking at this, this is kind of boring to me because it's all blue. So I'm just going to go ahead and find me a purple, because blue and purple are both cool colors. I'm going to go ahead and on my pinky finger, because it's a smaller finger, I'm going to go ahead and just add some purple to these flowers. So I have some more color on there. And a little bit more. There. So it makes it a little more interesting. So you can add as many colors as you want. Just make sure they blend well. Remember, try to stick warm with warm, cool with cool. Yellow kind of goes both ways. Even though it's a warm color, it blends very well with cool colors. So you have this, and have fun. Oh, one more thing. When you write inside, if it is a card, please don't just write, Happy Mother's Day, love you, Johnny. Okay, because that's kind of boring. See if you can't write something that really means something to your mother or grandma, aunt, or whoever you're deciding to write this card to. Maybe a memory, something that's really special that's happened this year. You know what, Grandma? I really loved when we sat down and read together, and I appreciate that, and I just want to thank you on this Mother's Day. Or, you know, Auntie, I really appreciate that you took the time to take me to the park. And so I just want to take the time to thank you on this Mother's Day. That kind of thing. Make it so that they realize that you really do love them and you think about them and things they do are really important to you. Thank you, and you all have a great weekend, and I will see you last Friday. Bye.